Did you not read the colony policy that defined you as company property? That wavered your say in autonomy. The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We are a family forged in bureaucracy. No I in team, but there's con in economy. Were you expecting adventure? Were you hoping for fun? My friend, you're indentured and pleasures exempt from your tenure, so venture back down to your slum. You should've read the fine print, my friend. Should've read the fine print. You should've read the fine print, my friend. Should've read the fine print.
Greetings and salutations, welcome back. I am Kyron Rushmore, and this is Manapot Studios, where I take our crew on the Fly Free or Die Adventure Path in a stream that we call All the Glitters Explodes. And let us reintroduce ourselves to the crew, starting off with Flimsy.
Oh, I'm JStation64, playing Flimsy the Dwarf Mechanic. Pronouns he, him. And Flimsy's feeling like a new man.
Hi everyone, I'm Crifford Bernal. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Yeva, the Sarkeesian corporate agent witch warper, although I guess she's not so much of a corporate agent anymore. Also, as a producer here at Manapot Studios, I would like to congratulate the new Paizo Union for being officially recognized by Paizo within the first week of announcing its presence. And would like to state that I think all of us here, as well as the rest of the Manapot, is in full support of the union, and will continue to try and hold Paizo accountable to making sure that they treat their workers and employees and freelancers properly. But with that being said, I am also very glad that we can continue to play Starfinder and enjoy this wonderful game that the employees of Paizo spend so much time and energy crafting.
Alright, and Trixx.
I am Crit Commissions, playing Trixx, the space pirate extraordinaire operative. Her pronouns are she, they, and mine are they, them. It's all good. Yeah, no, Trixx is just having the time of their life. And they've never felt this way before.
And Yeva? No, not Yeva. Jachira.
Jachira. I am Retro Ted. Pronouns he, him. I play Jachira, also he, him. He is a Kasatha soldier, and yeah, he's wondering why Trixx is singing some weird song that he's never heard of.
All right, and let's just have a brief recap. The last we saw our intrepid crew, well, actually, let's summarize the entirety of the first season. So we found our crew heading to Castrovel to pick up some yarrow berries, which they dutifully picked up and shipped over to Akiton. Although there was some shenanigans which meant that they lost a lot of the profit, and unfortunately that nearly cost them their jobs. They eventually found, or Tarika set them up with another job, which was to handle a weapon shipment, if I'm remembering this right.
Deliver it to a war zone.
Yeah, pretty much deliver it to a war zone. And from then, they delivered it to the war zone, but the hobgoblins who were taking charge of it said, we don't want it here, we want it up on top of this mountain. But then they got contacted by a resistance group who were resisting the invasion of the hobgoblins, who made them a counter proposal. Don't give it to them, give it to us. And taking the moral high ground, they decided to give it to the resistance because the hobgoblins were nasty, nasty invaders. However, that caused them not to make a lot of profit on that job either. It also gathered the attention of the person who set up the job for the weapons shipment, which was a drow named
Lord St. John.
Lord St. John.
There we go.
He's a St. John.
And so when they arrived back, they got told off again by Edgecore, but also St. John wanted to meet them, and they had a proposal. go to the Horse-Eye orbital plate and steal me a ship. This ship, the Ophilant, has advanced tech inside that EdgeCore has been developing, which allows for a null space chamber to be expanded to the size of a cargo hold. They then went to the Horse-Eye orbital plate. The Ophilant. Sorry, I'm reading chat. Awful lot. And they schemed about how to steal a ship and then promptly stole it. However, not for the first time, but for the last time of book one, they got double-crossed yet again.
No.
When they went to deliver the Ophilant to a Lord Sinjin and his Drow conspirators, they were attacked, ambushed. They fought them off and fled the asteroid with the Ophilant and took refuge on the planet of Akiton, where they've been spending the last couple of weeks. Well, what have we been doing the last couple of weeks?
Laying low.
Oh, yeah, pack facts, first of all. Let's get that off. Flimsy, you're taking us through the regions of space, I believe.
Smooth transition over to pack facts.
I'm out of practice.
Here's the story, guys. No, wait, pause for 5 minutes. Yes, so throughout our game and the various explorations we've done of the lore of Starfinder, we've mentioned on a few occasions places called Pack Worlds, Near Space, and the Vast. And I thought it'd be useful to take a little look at what exactly those places are, what it means, just how near is near space, how vast is the vast. Each of these areas encompasses star systems, space stations, planets, civilizations, but it's not actually the distance between them that defines whether they are in near space or the vast. It's how easy they are to get to. So this is to do with the drift travel and how many drift beacons there are, making it quicker and easier to travel to different places in the star systems. But that's a whole different thing for a different pack fact that I'm not going to go into. Needless to say, at the center of it all is the Pack Worlds, which is the hub of the No universe. It's a single star system where you'll find the home many of the core races of Starfinder who've agreed to a pact of peace and trade. We've already heard about Akiton and Aposte and the Diaspora, which I've written phonetically because I keep pronouncing it wrong. But most importantly, it's where Absalom Station is, which Crypt Commissions has told us has the Starstone, I think it's called, at the core. Yep. Making it one of the easiest places to travel to and kind of securing its position as a galactic hub. Beyond the Pack Worlds, these are the easiest. Pack Worlds, the easiest system to get to is Near Space. These aren't too far from the Pack Worlds, mostly, as they were the first to be explored and established, but others are much further away. These more distant systems are still considered to be in near space because they have enough drift beacons to make travel there quick and easy. The best kind of comparison I can think of is if you're traveling to a faraway city on a road map, you can get there quicker on a motorway. In contrast, getting to a town nearby might take much longer because you've got to take little country roads. So even though it's further away, you can get there quicker, or at the same time at least. Many of the systems in near space are filled with ruins and mystery, as well as spacefaring civilizations, with relations good and bad to the Packed Worlds. Most notable of which is the Veskarium, which is the closest inhabited system to the Packed Worlds, and we know how that went. Beyond these worlds is the Vast. As the name suggests, it is the endless expanse of the rest of the universe. Systems in the Vast may not be that far away, but they are more difficult to get to. They have fewer drift beacons, kind of motorways of space. Some of the systems have never seen light before. Others have already got established trade routes with the Packed Worlds. But out there in the Vast, there's the great Aslanti Empire forging on, swarm-devouring worlds, new planets, new civilizations, and new mysteries being discovered every day by intrepid explorers, hungry corporations, and brave adventurers. And that's a little brief summary of the Packed Worlds, near space, and the Vast. What a wonderful world.
The newest.
Thank you for joining us on our musical session of stuff.
The newest Starfinder Adventure Path is about settling a planet in the Vast. Yes?
Yes. Horizons of the Vast. Currently released book 2.
Okay, cool.
of 6.
But
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I like the idea that things can be nearer, like geographically. Don't know if geographically applies to space, but are not considered to be near space because it takes longer to get there by the drift. So I quite like that idea. It's not a very linear map of the universe, apparently.
It's mainly because it's also part of the nebulous nature of the drift. It's constantly in flux. So a trade route that you might feel is established, all of a sudden it shifts and the path is no longer there. So you're reliant on the drift beacons to sort of like guide you through. And without those beacons, you're guessing. Sometimes you guess well and end up there relatively quickly. Other times you guess poorly and it'll take the best part of a month. But we're not in the vast yet.
No.
But yes, we are moving on to book 2 of the Fly 3 or Die Adventure Path, Merchants of the Void by Leo Glass.
Ooh.
Is that the same author? Is that different?
A different author.
Different author.
Generally, they have different authors for each book of the Adventure Path, and the most prestigious place to be is book 1 and book 6. It's one of them little tidbits that you find out about reading through the forums and whatnot. It's all like, if you write the first one, then you're trusted with starting off an adventure. If you write the last one, you're trusted with finishing it. In the middle, there's a lot more. So like, this is your start point, this is your end point. But your end point isn't too fixed and too strictly controlled, because the next author can pick it up and move along the story in the required direction.
And if you're listening, author, I'm sure that wasn't intended to be a diss.
Yeah, no, it's not a diss. I'm just saying, from a general sort of like looking at it from the outside, it's like, okay, so a new author isn't likely to get book 1 or 6.
Fundy's never traded Void before. We'll see how that goes. As a research.
Traders in the void, more like. Not void.
Sounds like a song as well, doesn't it? Trade is in the void.
So yes, as I kind of mentioned, they've been hiding out on Akiton for the last 2 weeks, and have all been up to their own little choices, as it were, while they lie low.
Choices.
Well, you were free to do whatever you wanted for these 2 weeks within a reason. Just about everything was allowed or permitted, apart from getting off planet, because that would just have been far too much paperwork trying to figure out where everybody had gotten to. So do you all want to go around and basically announce what you were doing for the last couple of weeks?
So, yeah, I guess if like the camera opens on this episode, it might start with Yeva in the arcane laboratory. Laboratory. That's how she would say it. The arcane laboratory. On the Oliphant, or Awful Aunt, which I think I like a lot more actually now. Yeva's decided that it reminds her of an awful aunt that she had back in the diaspora, who would visit from Nisus with her fancy riches and cold demeanor. But anyway, we see Yeva. She looks a lot more comfortable being kind of squished inside of the starship in a way that she's never seemed before, referencing her new tight fit that allows her to like be a lot more comfortable in tight spaces. And she's sort of sitting cross-legged in front of this laboratory set with all these crystals and things, and maybe she's like using her magic freely and like pulling items to her and like creating these little like floating orbs of light to help her like examine something more closely. Her fringe has become like more disheveled, and her normal like corporate jumpsuit has been like rolled down. She's wearing like a black tank top, and you can tell she's really been spending a lot of time in here, as the only magic user on board of the ship. She's really made this space her own, and maybe you can see like scribblings here and there in Sarkeesian of these notes where her once like kind of ordered mind is starting not to unravel, but more like fractally expand.
Nice.
Or shatter.
No, fractally expand.
Flimsy?
You'll have found Flimsy, if the camera pans around, poring over comms, trying to work at the end of this little hideaway we've been having on Akiton, trying to find some, reaching out to contacts, reaching out to people that he may have done business with over the years, try and find somebody, but I don't feel like anybody's going to be doing business with us because the heat's on at the moment. In the meantime, he's been inspired by some of his more colourful crewmates to eschew his corporate. He's been bound by these corporate looks for so long, so he's embracing a bit more of his dwarfish nature and his trader nature. He's adjusted his suits, got like shoulder pads and visible like tool belt and things like that now. These things called phalixes, which are kind of badges that you wear to kind of pin parts of your armor together, but each usually depicts an achievement, kind of like engraved into it. And also he's shaved off half of his head, the side of his head that has the rune on it, and dyed both his hair and his beard a deeper red to kind of partially to kind of express this. He's a young dwarf. He's looking at kind of living his life still and quite excited by this new nature, away from the rut and the kind of constant dissatisfaction he had working for Edge. But also because a change of look doesn't hurt when you're on the run from the law, from the criminals, from pretty much everyone he's encountered over the last season.
He did manage to make a fair few number of enemies last time.
Mm-hmm.
Not least of all that store owner.
The Chief Pratt.
I mean, he was trying to retire. And you scuppered his plans. All right, and Jachira, what have you been up to these last couple of weeks?
Jachir started off as we zoomed the camera onto him. He was eyeing up the weapon system on the elephant, and he did find the manual after a brief conversation with our engineering dwarf. But he decided he didn't like that, so he just sat in a chair and zoomed it around and made him pew pew noises until he learned out basically how it worked. There was a few accidents, a few things needed fixing, and a couple of trees got burnt down, but. And in his downtime, he played a game with Flimsy and some other internet person and Yeva, and he played a main character called Lycus Haddo. And he quite enjoyed that, actually. That was a good adventure, so I'm sure you could find it online if you looked for it, if you were interested.
And finally, Trixx.
So when the camera does go to Trixx, she's not actually on the ship. You actually find her running through the streets of the town village thing close by, with a bunch of Yusoki children and an Akeshti youth wearing a Yusoki mask in tow, stealing pies and waving pipes around as they're chased by the local authorities. Trixx fully got stir crazy after about day 3 on the ship. Went exploring, found the town, decided that the best use of her time was to form a gang of Yusoki. name them the Pied Pipers, with their MO of stealing pies and brandishing pipes. She's quite proud of this endeavour.
Remember we were talking about laying low, Trixx.
We're stealing pies. There's a few more local kids that she's not quite managed to recruit yet, but she's, depending on how long they're around, she's hoping to embrace them into the fold.
Well, speaking of how long you're going to be around, at what point were you thinking of leaving Akiton and returning to trading? You know, you've been here a couple of weeks. You've done a couple of odd jobs where you can, transporting this and that, and potentially Jachira doing a little bit of bodyguarding, nothing extravagant, and it's paying the bills as well enough you can get by from paycheck to paycheck. But it's not quite the glamorous lifestyle you thought you'd have as independent traders. You'd be wheeling and dealing and making fortunes. Here you're getting by. But what are your opinions? Are you thinking about getting off planet and starting up, seeing Tarika and maybe Zobin? Everybody forget about Zobin?
Oh my god.
He's fine. He'll be working away now.
I mean, we've kind of been, hiding for our lives, so yeah.
Well, Tarika did have a job lined up for us in the Veskarium.
Have we responded
She did
to
send
her?
us a message.
I don't know if you have responded. You never said that you responded. So the last message that you got from Tarika was they have a job lined up that will take you to the Veskarium. And hopefully she'll be able to find something else after that, or maybe you can do some freelancing over in the Veskarium. It might be best to get out of the system if you want to lie low, rather than just sort of like park it and hope, close the blinds and hope nobody peeks in.
Well, hopefully our starship has, gained a nice layer of dust at this point.
Yeah,
Flimsy, did you allow it to get dusty?
The outside's fine. Flimsy's very eager on removing the large, obvious magic symbol on the back of the ship, indicating that it has some sort of magical storage facility.
When you say removing it,
Cool.
that is what is actually powering it.
Putting paint over it, putting a panel over it, something to just not have a big bullseye on it saying, here's a big magical ship. I think Flimsy's attitude depends on what the reaction's like when he's sending out these messages, looking at contacts. How wanted are they? Is there anything coming up, or what's the deal with that?
Right.
It's oddly quiet. You've got people sort of like discussing it. Oh yeah, pop down to my office, and this, this is throughout the Pact Worlds, and besides, I'm sure we can figure something out. Kind of dealio. Nothing. You've made polite inquiries and tried to keep abreast of local infosphere as to whether you're being hunted actively. Nothing seems to be cropping up. Whether that's you're just too isolated here out in the middle of nowhere, or whether EdgeCore, the Golden League, are trying to keep quiet about it for whatever reason, you're not quite sure. It's not really your area of expertise being on the run.
We didn't find, there's no like newspaper clipping we can have of like ship heist, like plastered on the ship's wall. Start the collection.
What would be...
If Edge was smart, that wouldn't be happening.
Right, I was about to ask, what would EdgeCore's corporate response to something like this be?
Make it a professional.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. Let's see.
Thought
See how
someone on the
quickly-
face tablet's been chatting about it. The local group. All the curtain twitches.
All right, that is a 18 for my corporate profession role.
It depends on the nature of the crime as to their response. At the moment, they're probably more on damage control and trying to keep this quiet, because the last thing that they want to be advertising is, one, that their facility got broken into. That just paints them as an easy target. And for two, it's all like how to identify the Offalont. If you see a ship flying around with these magical symbols on board, it's ours, and we'll pay a lot to get it back. Why are they paying so much for such a small ship?
Right.
Raises questions.
That might help explain why we aren't necessarily selling the blueprints or the plans we have for the ship as well, because that'll help other people identify. You know, we're not sure what we're doing yet, but
Yeah.
I feel like so. Eva like stretches in the lab and maybe like kind of hunched over slinks, you know, very smoothly, gracefully through the halls and pokes her head into the comms place where Flimsy's at. Flimsy, any word? Have they started hunting us yet?
Nothing come through yet as far as hunting goes. No word of a miraculous heist or anything along those lines. I mean, we did leave in a rather orderly fashion. I guess anybody who wasn't in that sector would know that the ship was gone. It's easy enough to cover. It's Edge's way, I guess.
Well, do you think maybe it is time to return to Absalom and speak with Tarika? Or do we even need to? Or can we just hail her?
It might be better to hail her if we're a bit worried about getting spotted, either ourselves or the ship. We could give her a call maybe, but everything I'm getting back from friends and old colleagues is tidbits, little bits here and there, nothing big, nothing to keep us going for a while. But maybe this job that Tarika mentioned might be the answer and get us out of the pack worlds.
Get out of the system, and then by the time we get back, EdgeCore is fully ready to, you know, start the search for us.
Makes sense. Get out ahead of it.
Well, I don't know, but I do know I'm hungrier than we can afford at the moment.
Hi, Jachira's been doing well, and Trixx has brought back an awful lot of pies. But I think it's time that we maybe went looking for bigger prizes. Maybe we should run it by them. This is a family decision.
Right.
Go in search of Jachira and Trixx, wherever they might be.
Here you can probably find around the ship. Trixx you might have to call. I don't know where Trixx is at the moment. Trixx, where are you at this moment?
Where am I at this moment? That's a good question. I am on the ship.
I see. So yeah, maybe gather everybody. There's like I can't remember the layout of the ship too well. Is it like a meeting room?
Upstairs, on the 3rd floor.
Oh yeah, there was a meeting room, wasn't there?
Up the ladder.
With the ensuite toilet.
Yeah.
Here comes out the toilet.
We've been waiting for you, Jachira.
Shahir, really? Right before our meeting?
It's been 2 weeks. I've been buffing my sword. I've been shooting my weapon. Oh, I just want to go and stick it in something. Can we go and do something?
I think we've got Jahir's vote.
Sounds about right. Bleep, 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 bleep. Send Trixx a text. Hey, we're meeting upstairs.
A few moments later, you see Trixx coming up with just like half eating a pie. Like, what's up?
We're thinking about moving on and seeing what it was that Tarika had to offer.
Oh, sweet! I was getting bored.
Oh, this was the kitchen, wasn't it? This was the dining room. Now that I'm looking at it.
Slash meeting room.
With 3 chairs, it's not good.
Yeah, on the upper deck, it's the kitchen.
Well,
I mean, you could always take the meeting in the Havoc, the holographic suite.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Then we can get
we
a chair big enough
we can
for me.
holograph a lounge in there.
A table that looks like the Horseye Nebula. Horseye's orbital plate, sorry.
Could we hail Tarika from in here? Put her up as hologram in the middle of the room?
You can hail from here, but there is a delay in system communications. It takes a good while for comms to go through.
Not lag level of delay, as in actual level of delay. Hey, and then wait like an hour before oh, hello.
Yeah, there is. It's a sizable delay, but more often than not, it's like recording messages being passed to and fro. Which potentially is, one of the reasons why a lot of people, Flimsy, have been asking you. It's if you're interested, come see me, because they don't know when you're going to arrive. Then when you're going to get the message, when you're going to arrive, anything like that, which makes it very difficult to set up trade deals, which they could have done with being shipped out a week ago.
By the
So
time you get there.
we should probably go to Absalom then.
I guess it seems risky to head into the center of the universe where we're wanted and where ships wanted.
I mean, also, but the potential is we're one in, several hundred that dock in Absalom every day?
That's true.
We can't be the only fugitives docking at the station.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
I mean, would like to remind you when Trixx was talking about Absalom Station, it is essentially run by ex-criminal organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of eyes there is my only worry, but I guess if we're in and out, go see Tarika, and we'll be heading out of the system anyway by the sounds of it.
I mean, if we keep the ship in the fleet, we could always hire a taxi to come pick us up. Maybe?
Oh, keep the ship out of eyesight? That's not a bad idea.
I don't know if that works, but his idea.
It depends on where the cargo you need to pick up is.
Oh, right. Alright, we docked that.
And what the cargo is. I mean...
But we could park in the fleet, message Tarika from there. It's likely to get there in about a few hours.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's a good idea, yeah.
And maybe we hire Zobin back. We could use extra hands around here. I'm sick of cleaning.
I'd like to try out some of his cooking delicacies. See how well he's got on. They've got on. So, are we heading to Absalom Station?
Yeah, let me go into town and, tell the guys I'm leaving.
We could leave tomorrow morning.
I'm their intrepid leader. I can't just, vanish in the middle of the night all day. I look
Just
outside.
a text. We're through.
We're through. We're done. It's been fun, but...
I mean, most of the kids don't have personal comms that you can just text.
Right.
No, it's just some graffiti on a wall.
Let's take the night. I could use some time to finish up my experiments.
Some weird noises and flashes coming out of that room, Eva. Is everything okay in there?
Yes. I think I've figured out how to use UPPs to make magical stuff.
Oh, that's very cool. I
It's
got no idea how any of that works.
it's actually really basic. Anyone who's been to a magic school can do it, but I don't have luxury of, proper training.
Well, you've certainly used it to pull us out of the fire several times, so they're always impressing me with your crazy magic-y whatnots.
Please don't. No, thank you. No.
I'm just about getting my head around this crazy storage system we've got. I've read the plans again and again, and I understand what it's saying. I just don't get my head around how it actually works.
Right.
Is that why you shaved off half your head so your brain can breathe more?
I was pulling out my hair a lot, so I thought I may as well just roll with it and get the whole thing a go.
All right. Is anybody doing any buying and selling while they're on this planet?
I bought a beacon and a gear clamp in town. That's it.
No. No. I mean, no.
I'm mainly talking about the selling because we were discussing before air that we're going through this list of things and
Right.
you want
Whatever
to
is in
sell off some things.
the party sheet, I think we are selling or have already sold at this point.
Although Jachira says that they don't want to sell the model.
Then
No,
he
we
needs to
did think
take
if
the
we-
model and put it back in his inventory.
Mm-hmm.
If
We know-
if we sold the model, it might be a bit like, you know, obvious, considering it's the only one.
That was the question. Like, would the model and the Anubrix be the mimicry found in the lab? Is that going to be a dead giveaway, or?
I
Is it
mean, you're in a small town in on Akiton. They're not likely to declare much in the way of paperwork to local authorities at the best of times.
Okay.
If a bunch of Anubrix turned up, and the Ophilant as well, it's a model of the Ophilant. Its value comes in the fact that it's made out of gold and Anubrix. It take flimsy about half an hour, maybe half a day to just toast it near the reactor and just melt it to scrap, and then sell that off.
Flynn did want to reshape it into a different ship, just to be extra giving it away.
You have to get through to here first.
But I think Jahir wants to keep it on his shelf in the bedroom, along
Yeah,
with
with
the
my number
license plate of the BD and the license plate of, I think it was a hover truck that you destroyed.
Yeah.
I put
Yeah.
lorry, but yeah, that hover truck sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds more spacey.
We're running on fumes here, Jahir. If you want, I could make you a model of the Oliphant. I can make you a holographic model of the Oliphant. It's made of a lot of valuable materials.
But I've just got memories with this model. You know, it's heavy, and you could beat someone to death with it. And how funny would that be, beating someone to death with a tiny starship? But no, it's staying in my room.
So you're selling everything else prior to this discussion.
Yeah, Flim's is good for selling everything.
Okay. I just need to. You've got some raw rubrics in there which sells for its actual cash value rather than 10%. Everything else goes for its 10% cash value. So you're starting off with that. We shred everything else. Some things don't have a value. I need to double check that at some point.
3 things.
Yeah, but for the moment, you've sold off the stuff and you've got 721 credits apiece.
Nice.
Woo!
Wait, how
Yeah,
much?
they're in 721.
A piece.
A piece.
Yes.
Aye.
Whoa!
Also, yeah, it's the town has its fair share of UPBs if you wanted to go trade them in to buy something that you couldn't source in the town. They don't really have much in the way of goods here. It's a small salvaging community.
No, I was just doing the math on the. I have 250 UPBs, and so I want to make 1 first level spell gem and 2 Serums of Healing Mark 1,
Nice.
Right, yeah.
and that should take 12 hours altogether
Hmm.
in the arcane lab.
Why was I doing bodyguarding jobs for the children making pies if we had all this money?
Hey,
You
they're
just trying
to
to get rid of
hire
me.
you.
Actually, excuse me, that should take 6 hours because the arcane lab reduces the time in half.
Nice.
Oh, does it? Nice.
Mhm. So yeah, by the time we go to bed tonight, I've crafted that stuff as like the thesis work of my 2 weeks of experimenting.
What spell did you put in the gem?
Restore lesser condition, or remove condition lesser.
Yeah.
Just in case. Figured that was. Yeah.
You actually have to know the spell.
Yeah,
in
that is one of the
Starfinder.
spells I know.
Yeah, no, I'm questioning, do you have to know it?
I'm assuming so. Like Serums of Healing, I feel like that's I mean, different, because I could just, if I didn't know, I don't feel like I need to know Cure Wounds or Mystic Cure to make the serums, because
You don't. No.
right, because otherwise I would just make a spell gem, but then that would be I don't know, math.
Fair enough. I need to look that up because I have a feeling that you can make any gem even if you don't know the spell. You just can't cast a spell out of your innate spell cache.
Here it is. To craft a spell
you
gem,
have to
you
know the
have to
spell.
know the spell you're encoding.
Right, okay. So everything else you'd need to purchase
You
if
can
you wanted
create
something.
larger compound spell gems with multiple spells and multiple lattices. Wow. Okay, cool.
2 weeks later.
Is that what that giant gem is in the middle of the arcane lab? One big multi-lassus.
One spaceship battling sized spell of magic missile. That's what that is.
I had it pulled up just a second ago. Oh wow. But yes, so I'm making a remove condition lesser and 2 serums of healing. Serums of healing. I don't know why I can't say either of those.
Yep, don't worry, we knew what you meant.
Curzy sticks.
Shorzy sticks.
So is anybody else getting up to anything for the evening?
Yeah, I'll be going into town.
And just being in town, or
No,
what are you doing?
I am going to rally the troops. I must send them my farewells.
So you rally the troops: Sparks, Junket, Stabby, Cam, Cog, Gasket, Jacket, and Pinion.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I named them all.
I was about to say.
I don't know, I didn't name 3 of them. I named the others. Troops, the
But then you
time has
named
come.
4 spares, just in
And
case.
then I named 4 spares in case any of the other names didn't really click. Troops, the time has come. I must away. But I have-
Why?
because I am needed elsewhere. The journey of Trixx is eternal, and the calling of the stars is something I can no longer ignore. But I have taught you everything I could possibly teach you in these 2 weeks that I've known you. Took you in as my own. It was with a heavy heart that I do have to release leadership over to 1, 2, 3, Cam, who has proven himself the most adept. The most adept. Like, I was very impressed the way that you swindled your hair into bodyguarding the pies the other day. That was chef's kiss. Like, literally, you managed to get him to do it for rocks. I was never more proud.
But when will you be back?
Maybe. It's hard to say.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow morning?
Can we come and wave you off?
I mean, yeah, sure. I think we're a couple of hours out, but of course you can come wave us off. You're my guys. We're the Pied Pipers. I wave the little pipe around. No, Pied Pipers, ho! We all clang them together.
With that, you go on your escapades for the afternoon. I'd say evening, but the kids have to be home at some point.
Yeah, they do.
Not anymore. They haven't got a leader. They can do what they want.
No, Cog's the leader. No, Cam's the leader now. Oh, was it Cog?
No, you said Cam, but at the same token, you're not sure if you were addressing Cam or Cog. They are identical.
Yeah.
There's going to be a small civil war in that band of pirates.
You're so cute.
It's going to be a spin-off series, isn't there? They come back and find us. Seek
They
their
want-
revenge in the stars.
Snapping.
They were talking to me, but they said my name. But they were talking to me.
Yes, eventually they get called home because they have parents, Jachira, to tell them what they need to do, not Trixx, the leader of the gang.
Oh, well, they told me.
That's what their parents think.
Typically, sunset is the traditional time at whence children are called back to their homes.
And so, is anybody else doing anything for the evening? Shopping? Wandering around town?
Lindsay's going to go over the ship. It's been in, not dry dock, but been dry for 2 weeks, so making sure everything's ship shape, and it's an easy job because everything on this ship is beautifully new. Make sure there's no dust in the engines from this horrible rock of a planet.
Make me an engineering check.
Okey-dokey. I remember how to do these things. There we go. Oof. It's a 13 from Flimsy.
Yeah, it takes a little while to get the dust out of the engines. You get the feeling that you want to clean it out by hand rather than just letting Trixx turn on the engine and blow it out. It'll scratch the paintwork something rotten.
Keep this ship pretty as long as I can, damn it.
Oh, good luck. And Jachira?
Yeah, Jahir's just going to be wondering why no one sees the value in these rocks he was given. So.
Keep the rocks, give us the statue.
I like some of them have been painted like different colours and stuff.
They've got pictures of the crew on because he was told that they were different denominations.
So you settle in for the evening, and unless anybody wants to say anything, you're waking fresh the next morning. It's just after daybreak when Trixx, you sort of like peer out the window and see a gathering of Yosoki children.
Hey! I wave at them through what I imagine is the cockpit.
The cockpit probably has windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, a window view on the screens of the windows at least.
But you see 5 of them.
Oh, who's missing?
Sparks, Junket, and Stabby.
I run out. Just to say sort of, guys, where's the others?
Oh,
where's Stabby?
They'll be coming shortly. They were looking for a gift for you.
Aww.
And you know what they say, or what you say, the best gifts are the free ones.
That is true. That is true.
Aww.
We could put them in that magical storage box if they can hold their breath. We can take them with us.
We barely have the creds to feed us at this point. I don't know if we need a group of children as well.
We're not kidnapping children. They have families, Jahir.
We've got a whole ship they could be in, but I agree with you, Eva. You don't want children running around ruining you.
They'll leave everything sticky for some unknown strange reason.
Okay.
Well, we don't know how long Stabby's got before he gets a bit rabid anyway, so...
Toot the horn and let's, can we switch the engines on and blow loads of... Oh, no, we can't. No. Clean the engines. Let's just toot the horn and wave.
Yeva grumpily covers her ears.
Trixx just stares up, like, I'm not going anywhere until I've got my gift.
And it's about this time you hear before you see Trixx, please don't go. It's Sparks. Sparks is gone. And you see Stabby running in a bit of a dust cloud towards the ship. Stabby being
off we go.
Keshti.
Bye guys. I'll find my own ride to Absalon. It's all good. Wait, what do you mean Sparks is gone?
sobbing through pinky red tears. Me, Sparks, and we went with Junkette to go try and find you a present out in the junk field because you were leaving. I was up ahead and I heard Junkette call out behind me, and when I turned around, all I saw was a dust cloud. And Junkette said that the ground had swallowed him up and sealed behind him. You gotta come help. You just gotta.
I pick up Stabby up like, you are so cool. Pat him on the head. Like, guys. Get the comms up. I might. We. Can you help me come save a kid?
On this planet? We're not on Absalom?
On this planet. I may have lost to Yusoki. His mother will kill me.
Alright.
You bought it, you broke it.
I mean, I'll go on my own.
If you didn't raise them to survive, then, that's life. You know?
The idea of
Here,
saying
not
that
everybody's
quietly.
an orphan.
This is their origin story.
Builds character. I mean, look at me. I'm okay.
Oh, we gotta go. One of these kids is scared of the dark, and I don't know which one it is. And if it sparks, then we've got a lot of trouble in our hands.
Okay, alright. By the way, Jahir, okay is subjective.
I think I'm okay, and that's okay.
Right. Subjectively. And she just gives you a pat on the back.
When Jahir says, and I'm okay, Flimsy just starts getting his stuff together. Oh, okay.
Alright, let me put my armor on.
You don't have to sound like it's such a chore, guys. It's not like a life's in danger.
Do you know any of these Yusoki either?
I've seen them around. I've said it once, I've said it again. I have arranged most of my life to not involve children.
Aye, makes sense. But Trixx will do the same for us, I'm sure, so...
Da, and that is why we go. So we go.
Not kind of shield around for days.
Alright,
Alright, just Abby, lead the way.
Stabby is still pretty much wailing and crying.
It's
You're
okay,
gonna-
I keep hold of him. Just point, we'll go in that direction.
Make me a diplomacy check to try and calm him down.
There, you're gonna be a lethal warrior in a couple of years. $22.
Wow.
And, with that, they are a bit reassured and so, calm down as soon as you're willing to carry them. So, they perch upon your shoulder and it's like, I think he was over this way somewhere. And, they guide you to basically what looks to be part of the junk field. And they narrow it, they guide you to this area where it's a flat, rocky area. And as you're approaching, it's like, just over there, just right there. That's where Sparks was stood. And you can see that the ground has caved in and shifted so that the rock is now covering whatever entranceway potentially that Sparks entered through.
I hate when rocks fall like that. It's always the worst.
Yeah, it's so plot convenient.
Do we know what's down there?
Maybe a culture check, Flimsy.
Okay. 28 from Flimsy.
in your time, so like traversing this area, there used to be a mine down there. It got abandoned a few years ago. Just so like, there's a mine somewhere in this area. You're not quite sure exactly where, but with Yosoki and Akiton, chances are this entire area could be undermined if there was something sellable down there.
It seems like these children should have mind their own business.
Ew.
Is Stabby still here?
Your Stabby is still here.
Right, Stabby, we've got an important job for you. You know, this is your time to shine. Right, we need to check these corners. You know, make sure that there's no people hiding. You know, baddies, things like this. Take this grenade. Yeah, no. If anything comes, take this grenade. Pull this pin. And yells banana. Are we good? Trixx, are you okay with him having this grenade?
You throw the grenade when you pull the pin. You throw the grenade when you pull the pin. Say it with me now, Stabby. You throw the grenade when
sorry,
you
I
pull the
thought
pin.
you talked to me.
Yes, and you as well, Jachira. What do you
Jahira's just
do
like,
when you pull the pin?
Throw the grenade! Throw the grenade!
Throw the grenade!
But remember, Spanana. If you don't shout Spanana, it doesn't work.
It's banana!
And then you throw the grenade.
Probably still throw it even if banana doesn't work. Just to,
This is
just
a
to be
really
fair.
bad idea. What if they throw it and it bobbles to their feet?
Let's
Right, well,
hope.
don't drop the grenade.
Let's just hope they don't need to throw it.
Look, he's fine. I had more grenades than him at his age. You know. Or, actually, Stabby, would you prefer this infinity rifle? Is that more your size?
It's about his size.
What's the point of these children? They're useless in combat.
I mean, Jahir, I'm so sorry about the things you went through growing up, but most kids are just kids. And these kids are the best kids because they're the Pied Pipers.
Well, the Pied Piper sounds like an awesome military unit, but, you know, he's just crying.
Thief gang. Thieves.
He's got some
We
weird
steal.
liquid coming out of his nose.
We steal. We don't stab. Contrary to his name, we don't generally stab.
What? Stabby's never stabbed anyone? Isn't that how he gets his name?
He's the only one that
sure.
doesn't stab. That's how he got the name.
I thought that's how they got their name. I thought Sparks had like electrocuted someone and. Right. Okay. I'm going to stick to what I know best, and that's jumping in dark holes and stabbing things. Right. Let's go. Come on.
Well, you need to find a dark hole first because that's covered up with a rock.
I thought there was a
Right.
plot thing somewhere around here.
Can we? Can we look around for a way, maybe like, so, or would it be easy enough to remove some of the rocks?
You get the feeling that if you were to remove some of the rocks, it won't be too difficult, but at the same token, depending on what you can't see, if the rocks shift, it could cause further rocks to slide in. You don't know the status of the kid down there. You could shift the rock and, something then slips and just crushes them.
Do we know if there's another way in?
You can make me a survival check, and I will allow for a group survival check to sort of like look around for a way into what Flimsy believes could be a mine.
Is anyone? How are we on
Lindsay wanted
survival?
to,
That's a 13 from me.
Y'all are much better than I am. I got an 8 with my +1.
the 9 with my +0.
Yeah, got a 15.
So yeah, you split off in pairs, Trixx, Yeaver, Flimsy, Jachira, and within about half an hour you do manage to find the entrance to an abandoned mine close to where you feel the mine caved in, or where the hole was.
I mean, how many mines can there be?
A little stabby, is it? Little stabber? Like
Stabby, yeah.
squatting down a tiny amount because Flimsy's already quite short, I guess. Do you know if this is the mine that leads to the hole?
I don't know. We're not allowed in there.
So you've never been in, or no one's ever told you if it leads to that kind of area?
We are told not to go in the mine.
Well, aren't you a good boy? And then kind of stand up and be like, yeah, the kid doesn't know anything. I guess we'll have to try it out, maybe.
From sort of like the cumulative rolls, you feel that you're in the right place. The mine entrance is going in the direction of where the hole was.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Been down a mine shaft in a while.
Pipers, remember the plan? We stick to, you stay up here, stick together, don't tell your parents. Don't jump down.
I like how they're excited to see the new map of the mine. It's literally just a black hole.
I jump down and I turn my beacon on. Does that give me light, GM?
That will give you light.
There we go. We can see something.
1 second. Let me bring up the... No, that's not light. This is the light. And you've got a beacon Trixx.
Yes.
There we go.
There's radial around me.
Flimsy will turn his on as well on his belt.
I will.
What do you have, Flimsy?
I believe it is a lantern, I think.
Yeah, I've got a lantern too.
This is a perfect chance. Now I can see why you were working so hard to make it work earlier off screen. Yeva throws her hands up and kind of moves them in a very somatic fashion as 4 small of those kind of globed lights appear further down the shaft, the mine. Yeah.
All right, and where roughly are you placing them?
Where I moved Spybot to.
Spybot's just in front of you on mine.
You don't see the movement I put?
Oh, wait, no, I do see it. I do see it. And it was one of these, I believe.
There we go.
It's spread out a little bit.
Let there be lights.
Ooh, fancy.
Some pretty cool stuff you're doing there, you know?
Hmm? Oh, right. And she just kind of cocks her head and looks at you with her blank black eyes.
It switches off the lamp on his belt. Fully unnecessary now.
Are you switching it off?
Yeah.
All right.
Not unnecessary if things happen. A minute goes by very quickly when we're in trouble. But I will try and keep the light on.
We might be looking for a small thing, but I think this is a good time to practice our formations that we talked about. So, Flimsy, are you at the front? Me at the rear?
Aye. Send the dwarfin down the mine first, of course.
Yeah.
Off I go.
Hi ho, hi ho.
That is an offensive stereotype.
You said it.
What's this pied fella's name?
Sparky. Well, no, Sparks.
Sparkle.
Yo, Sparks!
You get no immediate reply, and you see sort of tracks for minecarts down the side of the room, and to your south is a couple of doors set into the sort of wall, but no obvious signs on them as to what they are for at all.
Could be a map of the mine down there, maybe. We could take it out. Look.
Yeva, are you moving up?
Mm-hmm.
And from here, you can see that the mine tracks sort of turn, but also starts stretching off to the north and to the south as it. You get the sense that there's a bit of a corridor just beyond where you can see.
Any kind of like, can we feel any breezes or wind or anything?
From back there, not really. If you want to move in, there's not really much of a breeze, as far as anybody else can tell. I'm just trying to look something up. Okay. That's the thing. Right, yeah. Flimsy, you're moving towards one of the doors to the south.
Aye.
Trixx doing the same on the other one, opening them up.
Yeah.
After 3. 1.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I don't know what's wrong or what. Oh, that's it. Flimsy doesn't have a light on, so he can't peer into his hole.
Flimsy will put his light on.
What did I say?
You look over to Trixx and she's got this smug look on her face, like.
I was like, did I set up the walls wrong? And it's like, oh wait, no, Flimsy doesn't have his light on anymore. And you see what is essentially just 2 storage cupboards. There's naught of use in them. Some broken axe handles, maybe a spade, something like
that. Flimsy will pick up the spade in case he needs to dig somebody out at the end of this tunnel.
Right, yeah.
Yeva will, as she walks, she's going to move about 15 feet forward. And then, like, flick her hands and move the dancing lights further down the corridor to the south.
All right. And to the north, you can see the tunnel has collapsed in over the top of the minecart tracks. They lead directly into the stonework, so you can assume that it's collapsed in previously. To your south, you can see it's blocked off again somewhere where it's collapsed, but it starts opening out. It's branching to the left and to the right, but off to your left, you can see some kind of mechanical construct.
Mm-hmm. And to the right, there's something pulsating.
There
What's
is
that
something
glowing
pulsating.
thing? Yeah.
You can just sort of like see in the distance a greenish glow emanating from the ground. Without getting closer and examining it, you're not quite sure what that is. But I wanted to play with the lighting effects, so I did.
It's nice.
Pretty. It's like Christmas.
See if I can get a
Ominous from
closer
back
look.
here.
But I was going for ominous.
Oh, hello.
Whoa, careful, Flimsy. Is it on? She says, pointing at the construct.
And as you approach Flimsy, it sort of like flickers to life and sort of like starts turning in your direction.
Flimsy will put his shield up and mining robot, come on, stand down.
Designation incorrect.
Robot friend, stand down. We're on a search and rescue mission.
Designation incorrect.
Program this dumb thing. Is it doing anything? Or is it kind of...
It's not doing anything at the moment.
Okay. I'll turn back to the rest of the group. There's some sort of security robot on there. It's not responding to basic voice commands. We can try and sneak past it, maybe. You're kind of looking at Eva, maybe. Not so much. Can I get a closer look at the pulsing thing from here?
No, you'd really need to get it's the ground which is glowing.
Oh,
it's not stood up, as it were.
Right. What do you reckon? Do we try and take this thing apart? Doesn't seem to be listening to reasoning.
Well, Sparks is in here somewhere.
Yeah, that's not Sparks.
Sparks,
nope, last I
power
checked,
down.
he wasn't made of metal.
Sparks bot.
As long
Wait,
as it
Trixx.
doesn't try and shoot us in the back as we walk away.
Aye, that's a good point. Maybe this was the... Did the Sparkles tell you what the present was that he was getting for you?
No, but it would have been on top. It wouldn't have been in the mine.
Oh, I suppose probably didn't plan to fall down that hole. That's very true.
No, he definitely didn't plan to fall down.
I don't know what these creatures get up to.
Trixx, are you moving forward?
I am.
All right.
Yeva is
Oh,
gonna...
there's the robot.
Yep. And as you approach that close to it, it is going to shoot you.
I
Ah,
thought it was over here.
And misses with a 15 as this arc of electricity just sparks out about you're stood on the track and it just diverts to the ground before reaching to you.
Rude.
Intruders. Intruders. And I'm also going to move back a little. And then we are going to roll for initiatives.
woo!
Yo, Jahir, it's banana.
He's already smelt the combat.
Do we just hear an explosion outside in a minute or two?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, Stabby didn't hear this banana, so he isn't pulling the pin and throwing the grenade.
Blocking us in the mine.
All right. How did everybody do for their initiatives?
Low per
13.
usual.
12 for Flimsy.
11. I mean, at least we're low across the board. In a nice descending order.
I was thinking about taking +4 initiative thing, but I thought, nah, won't need that.
I mean, I can have an extra +2 bonus to my initiative, and I still roll low.
All right. Jahir, you are up.
He smells combat in the air, and his eyes just sort of sheen over, and he's just like, you could just see him almost in ecstasy with the thought of being able to hit things. So he's going
Watch
to move up.
Watch movement speed.
Oh, 30. Yep, sorry. Oh, no, I've really got that wrong now. Jahir's just running around, not doing much.
Flimsy's got a shield up pointing in the direction of the thing. You need the direction.
Yeah, and also potentially saw the spark as it came towards Trixx.
And I'm...
But you can now see it over to the east.
So it's what, 35 feet? Oh, I've got to shoot something. It's been too long. So he's going to... obviously, he's already had the Infinity Rifle ready because he was going to give it to Mr. Stabby, or young Stabby. But no, he's going to take a shot.
Master Stabby.
Master Stabby. It's the unidentified creature thing, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Some sort of construct.
Yeah. Well, obviously, too much leisurely time on the ship caused me to get a 12, so I miss, it seems.
12 does not hit as your Infinity Rifle. Your eyes are still accustoming to the dark conditions down here, although you do have lights to try and brighten up the place. It's in no means flawless, and the shot just goes wide and impacts the other side of the room.
Lots of shadows.
Yeah, it's very atmospheric as like shadows play off as this bright beam just glistens out. Flimsy.
Right, what is this malfunctioning moron? Can I try and do an identify check, please?
You can do me an identify.
Engineering for a Rupert?
Yes, engineering for a mechanical construct.
Is there anything I can even try and identify? 21.
21. You recognize it's a basic security class patrol class security robot. It's a conventional model. The designs vary from location to location, but this is a common enough model. It's mainly got integrated weapons, tactical arc emitter, usually set to stun, and it is definitely a construct, so it has the construct immunities that you are accustomed to, which is immunity to bleeding, immunity to death effects, disease, mind affecting, necromancy, paralysis, poison, sleep, stunning. But you are aware that it has vulnerabilities to both critical and electrical hits.
So, Flimsy is going to scoot forward to there, I think we can get to.
Yeah. We
Shield
are
up.
20 feet of movement.
And peeking over his shield with his glowing orange rune, going to take a target lock on the security robot. The target lock ability. What's it called?
Tracking
target lock.
computer.
Combat tracking. There we go.
All right, so that's you done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Trixx.
Trixx is gonna kick up like a rock that just is on the ground and like kick it towards the patrol class robot as a sort of feint while she trick attacks.
All right, try to make your trick attack.
I will try 22.
All right,
Nice.
unfortunately doesn't manage
No!
to trick it.
It's CR3 or higher.
Oh wow.
Something wrong with its scanners, Tricks. Don't worry about it. Dust in the cerebrals.
That's the one.
I mean, somebody just kicked a rock at it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna fire and miss with a 12.
God, you guys.
It's what we do best.
It's what you do best.
See, Ever, I told you it was a good idea to store more batteries.
And with that, it's Yeva's done.
Yeva's going to stride down the hallway. Glad the space is bigger than it seems, but also not as uncomfortable as she used to be in tight quarters. As she goes, she draws a laser pistol and she turns the corner, taking heed to. Did Flimsy say anything about the weaknesses it has?
Yeah, Flimsy will have reported on. It's a standard robot, weak to crits and crits isn't a thing. Weak to electricity.
I'll try to crit. Or use electricity.
I feel that it's more you're pointing out the weak points on its substructure.
Oh, yeah, those wires that are loose or the armor points.
Off switch.
That waist looks pretty unprotected to me right there.
Of its 20 articulated points, the 20th one is the most vulnerable.
She doesn't trust her aim enough for that, but she again pulls the pistol up and uses it to move her hands further apart as electricity crackles in the area around the robot as she casts Hazard, and it needs to make a DC 13 reflex save.
DC 13.
I can target it and do the roll.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Nice.
It's one of them where it's like, how do I do reflex? And it's, oh wait, no, you should have a button for this.
It succeeded.
And it succeeded, I'm afraid.
So the electricity gets drawn into the tracks as she kind of shakes her head, frustrated that her magic's not responding the way she wants it to.
And now that you're all pretty much in position, this seems to be more of a sort of office or foreman's room, where there's stuff on the walls for hanging equipment and coveralls and the like. The a couple of lockers again to yourself, and a table in the back. There is a minecart that's been dragged off the tracks there, but the main point of interest is a table at the back. If there is anything of interest in this room. Are you doing anything with your dancing lights?
No. I think I need... I'm not exactly sure how to move them, but I think it does take some sort of action.
I would believe it's either a swift or a free action because it doesn't say on the spell. It just says that they move up 100 feet per round.
They move as you desire. No, I'm leaving them there for now.
Yep. All right. Okay, and the dwarf has come closer to this robot. Yeah, it's like, see, you should not be in here. This is property of Serious Mining Corporation.
Made a serious error.
You are not punny. And he shoots you. The 21 to hit. This arc of electricity sort of like jolts out, and you forgot to ground yourself, and it just slams into you for 8 points of electrical damage.
Okie dokie. Peeking his head from behind his shield to make a remark and get zapped in the face. Beard all stacked out.
It is going to move to the other side of this wagon, giving it some partial cover.
Wow.
It's
Smart for
tactical.
a deranged robot.
I mean, it's not deranged. It's operating according to its parameters, which is to defend this area. Jachira, you are up.
I was hoping he was going to move towards us, but now we have to move towards him now. I'm going to come up alongside and follow the tracks up to them, just beside the minecart. What's the tacklash range?
10 feet.
Yeah.
10 feet, so I could get him with a tacklash.
You can attempt to strike him with the tacklash.
Nice.
Don't want to do that. So Jahir's going to be following the tracks and then see him peeking around the corner and just like, can't hide from me. And he is going to 23.
That would indeed be a hit. Now we get to see the devastating effects of Jachira with melee weapons.
You had to say that, didn't you?
The dice is just a bonus. It's not even part of the equation.
Token dice.
Well, yeah, it's a token because it's like you rolled a what?
I rolled a
I'll
1.
allow you. Yeah.
I rolled a 1, but I've got plus 9 to it, so it's 10.
It's just ridiculous. This is where melee really starts to come into it, especially with some of the options that you get, because it stacks so high.
Even Jahir is surprised by that.
But it is a solid hit. Are you doing anything else?
No.
Right. All right, Flimsy.
Flimsy's going to keep on moving towards this annoying robot. And while it's here, he's going to peek out from behind his shield and quickly do a quick touch the rune on his eye and try and reach out and hack into the security robot to disable its weapon using the overload function.
Ooh.
I can't shut the android down, but I can stop its weapon, I think. You have to make a reflex saving throw with a DC of 14.
You got a reflex saving throw of 20.
Never mind. Trying to shut down the weapon for a round, but that's all Flimsy can do at the moment, I think.
As you reach out and try to interact with its weapon, its sleek frame sort of like demonstrates its nimble abilities, and it just sort of like pirouettes out of the way of your grasping palm.
Good news is that it's actually DC 16. The bad news is it doesn't make a difference.
All right, Trixx, you're up.
Trixx is with a big grin on her face is going to run forward and jump up into the cart and shoot it point blank.
All right, any particular reason for that?
Because it's cool, and a 23 for my trick attack.
And it still doesn't go off.
Wow.
Oh, no! What is this thing? I've made a mistake.
You get the coordinated shot bonus for that at point blank.
No, but I rolled a nat 1 on my attack.
And I don't get a attack of opportunity, do I?
You don't.
I don't. Oh, that's not fair. All right, Yever, you are up.
Yeva's gonna move forward 15 feet because she actually needs to be within 30 feet of this thing to cast Hazard. Oops, my bad. Yeah, we'll stride forward and like a small burst of electricity appears behind it as she casts the spell once again.
Oh, I'm just rolling rocks. It's
21 on that save. Oof. Damn.
The DM's siphoning all our good rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's not difficult with this group. I don't know what it is about you lot, but you've struggled to roll dice.
Maybe we just need a good character death before our luck will turn around. A good sacrifice to the gods.
But who will it be?
Oh, I accidentally just closed the map. DM.
Yeah, no worries.
Dabby's still outside. We could.
I can theatre of the mind this. It's fine.
All right. So the security patrol class ribbit is going to back itself into a corner and let out a jolting arc.
Oh, but don't people with melee get opportunity attacks?
Not if I take a 5-foot step.
Oh, meanie.
Yeah, I am mean. And so could everybody make me a reflex saving throws?
Me as well?
You as well. The jolting arc. The patrol class security robot can shoot an arc of electricity up to four creatures within 40 feet. No two of which can be more than 30 feet apart.
Wow.
The security patrol robot can suck it.
Yeah. It can eat my 26.
All right, so you were aiming for a 13 DC.
22 from Flimsy?
20.
And this is for a half, so everybody will take half of this damage. It's not programmed in, so that's 6 on the die, so 3 points of electrical damage each of you.
No, I refuse to take that damage because I have a contagion.
I'm grounded by the mine rails, I think.
Doesn't quite work like that, did you hear? It was more flavor grounding.
Space electricity.
And that is its entire turn. We are back over to Jachira.
Jahir's just going to be manically laughing. He's like, "Oh, that tickles!" and he's just literally going to start. If he knew how to dance, he would be sort of maybe doing the running human up to this thing as he's starting to swing his glass sword around just to smack the hell out of it. He's literally in his element now.
So it's so nice to see him happy for a change.
So spinning his glass sword around, he's just going to attempt to cleave it on the skinniest bit. That is a natural 1 for an 8.
Unfortunately, due to your lack of dancing skills, you weren't doing very much on the sort of like environment awareness, and you move too close to the wall, and as you go to strike, you just end up just grating this sword right down the wall, and your attack is ineffective.
Pretty look good.
Yeah, lots of sparks. There's a gouge in that wall like you wouldn't believe, you know.
There's a slight nod between the security robot and Jachira, just like, yep, that was good.
Does Flimsy notice any mineable materials in the inside of that gouge?
On your turn, you can make a physical science to investigate the wall. It is now your turn.
Would here be in cover?
There'd be some amount of cover over there.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. Flimsy's going to whip out the infinity rifle, set it to boost, target combat tracking, and just try and take a shot of this thing.
All right, don't forget the good coordinated shot.
It's a +2 to hit. With a boosted shot, fingers crossed. Here we go. It's a 20 to hit.
Dirty 20, that will hit.
Nice. The boosted shot doesn't double the modifier, it just doubles the dice, I'm guessing.
It just adds the boosted damage onto
it's a
die
D6
rolls.
for the infinity rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 8 and then another D6. Or do you want to just double the 5?
No, I'll take another D6 roll.
Suck it.
You will double that die.
All right. That's fire damage, isn't it?
It is 5 damage, yes.
Yep. All right. Trixx, you are up.
Trixx is going to do one of those snazzy standing jumps onto the ledge of the cart she's currently stood in and do a little balancing act. For a 27
Nice.
for a trick attack.
Come on.
It doesn't. It does. It does.
And she's gonna shoot.
+1.
Yes! 24 to hit.
The 24 will indeed hit. It's all the dice of a trick attack.
But yeah, I just realised I'm meant to be rolling my pulse caster, but I have been rolling my laser, so it's fire damage. 10 points of fire damage.
Nice. Yeah, that trick attack really does help. All right. And are you done? I believe you're done.
Yeah.
All right, Yeva, you're up.
Yeva moves behind her comrades and takes some sort of cover behind them. Her eyes focusing on the construct, the robot, the security bot. The electricity crackles in and around it, and she just kind of like rips the space with her hands. So casting Hazard once more, really trying to make it happen. But Jachira also has to roll the reflex save. It's a burst.
Yeva's stopped caring about the fact that allies are in the way.
Didn't take long.
That is an 8 for my reflex save.
5 for the ribbit.
Nice.
Sweet.
And then roll damage. 2 points of damage. Electricity.
Yep.
That to me as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Which naturally got increased a little bit as you saw, like, begin the electric sparks start melting some of the wiring inside, and Jachira, you can just smell burnt insulation.
Yeva has like a satisfied look on her face as the magic she's been weaving has finally taken its hold. Not really even noticing that Jachira was affected by it.
Very cavalier. All right, and the security robot is going to shut down for just a moment as you see a number of nanites appear and sort of like skitter up its shell, and it performs a soft repair and negates some of the damage, which I'm going to have to break out a calculator for because I have not been keeping my mental arithmetic very up to date. And why is this not doing what I wanted to do?
Enemies aren't supposed to be healing themselves.
That's our trick.
Alright, and it is now Jachira's turn.
Yeah, he's still going to be full on into the groove, and you can hear him sort of singing some songs. He's going to bring the bone sword around this time.
There's twice in since your last turn that you've got shocked with some kind of electricity.
Yeah, he hasn't noticed. So. he just thinks it's the tingle from the from fighting and being in the zone again. So he's just in his element. So unlike me, who's completely forgotten how to attack. So right, so he brings the bone sword around. He does a little flurry, and he just tries to like sort of boop it in the middle while singing his little song. It's a 15.
15 will not hit, I'm afraid. It's these close quarters near this wall. You're just not able to get the arcs to bring the weapon down to bear in any reasonable way. It just ricochets off the armor. Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I don't think so. So I think no, that's it.
All right, Flimsy.
Flimsy recognizing. Would Flimsy recognize this as a thing that they do? Security problem robots do?
Yeah, it's standard issue thing, and also it probably explains why it's managed to survive down in this mine for so long. With zero maintenance.
That's repairing itself. And kind of hunker down next to this trolley and try to take another boosted shot at it. It's +2 for an attack. A 13 from Flimsy.
13 does unfortunately not hit. As your weapon strike sort of glances off it and impacts onto the wall.
That was a weak spot a second ago. That was repaired.
All
right, and Trixx.
Trixx is gonna jump dash over to what is potentially cover. Is that a box?
That's a table, but you do get a little bit of cover back there.
Fine. A trick attack doesn't go off.
With a 19? Nope.
19. But with a 21, I think I hit.
1 will hit. Did you want to switch weapons?
I will switch weapons next time.
Right, yep.
But 5 points of fire damage.
5 points of fire damage. Alrighty. Yep. It's still looking fairly battered. It's not quite as battered as it was, but it is fairly battered. Yeva, you're up.
Yeva, now that she's satisfied that her magic has taken its effect, will lift her lens pistol and take 2 shots.
Nice.
+1 for coordinated. Right? Oh, yes. No, she can't take 2 shots with this weapon. It is an unwieldy weapon. So she'll just take the 1.
But yeah, it's a +1 for the coordinated.
Natural 20! Critical hit!
What was that about critical hits?
They're vulnerable to them.
You got the spot, Eva?
So it, she's just like, pulls out the pistol, and her eyes, like, which have taken on this sort of unnatural focus. So she was working her magic, shimmer with like a green glow, as she points it straight at the construct's neck and one of the weak points that Flimsy pointed out earlier. And it should be burning now, maybe?
Not sure. You'd have to tell me about the weapon.
I'd have to roll damage first. That would make sense.
Well, yeah, let's have some damage first.
So do I just hit it twice for a critical?
No, just roll it once. It should automatically.
It did. Oh, that could have been better. 9 points of damage, and it is burning 1d4 fire.
Nice.
All right. I'm just trying to work out. It's not done it. Because it is vulnerable to criticals, so +4 onto that.
Nice.
And like you say, it is now on fire.
So yeah, a small fire
not
is
immune
erupted from its
to
neck.
that.
Perfect.
As much as you think the robot will be immune to burning.
Good shot, Eva.
Thank you.
All right, it is burnt a little. I know that I should roll this at the end of the turn, but I'm not gonna try and pat myself out. And this flame that is just coming from the internal, you can just see it's like piping up and continues to burn.
I should really thank Trixx for moving out of the way, because now she lost that soft cover that it would have had otherwise. Not that
I'm
the crit
going
made a difference anyway.
to go for another jolting arc. Could everybody make me reflex saving throws?
Does Jachira get an opportunity for that?
Doesn't it actually save it? It gets an attack of opportunity.
Oh, that's nuts.
Only a 9 from me.
Nat 1 for a 3.
21.
All
They're
right.
safe behind the wagon.
You've got some bonus because of your cover, but it's not improved. This is Trixx. You actually get a reflex saving bonus being behind cover, but unfortunately, even if I granted you cover, it will be 2, which doesn't bring you up. So, another 6 on the die. So Jachira and Trixx take 6 points of damage. Yeva and Flimsy take half of that at 3. And why did I just close the initiative tracker?
The fight's over. We won.
Did you notice Jahir's turn? And it's in.
All right, end it then, Jachira.
So Jahir's going to have the sort of wind taken out of his sails like that. He was just about to start to do big fish, little fish cardboard box dance routine, but now he's just lining up the glass sword just to lop its head off. Basically, he's had enough.
Fair enough.
He's bringing him down. He's ruining his mood. So that was an 11.
The dice rolls are ruining the mood. Wow. Yeah. You'll hit like a freight train when you hit. But yeah, you've been electrocuted 3 times now.
His muscles are a bit off.
Yeah, but twitching is certainly not helping.
The twitching is not all the dance now.
Anything else you would like to do? Run away, seek cover.
Yeah. No, he's fully invested.
All right, Flimsy, you're up.
Having cheered at Eva's success, trying to give Jachira the opportunity, Flimsy's going to duck down, flick his remaining hair across his face, taking a boosted shot towards this thing. We need to bring this down and go and find Squiggly or whatever his name was.
Spy!
Take another shot. That's the one. There you go. Oof. It's a 14.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is a miss. But again, so like now the fire is not like burning. It's difficult to see through the cloud of smoke that's billowing out of the casing of this thing.
Taking pains not to shoot you here.
I mean, it worked for Yeva if you just include, Jachira in the blast radius. Trixx, you're up.
Trixx is going to use a move to pull out the pulse caster. And he's going to fire. For a 22.
A 22 will hit.
For 4 points of electric damage.
And I have vulnerability, so I think that worked it out.
Now, you see, Flimsy, if you got the kid's name right, you would have hit.
We'll save poor Squiggles yet, don't you worry, Trixx.
Are you done, Trixx?
Yeah.
Alright, Yeva.
I thought his name was Scabbers, and she points the lens pistol once more at the thing. +1. I mean, don't forget that.
Yes.
8.
Dice
What
went
did
on
I
a journey.
tell you?
It did.
Whatever. She'll use her move action to open the door to her south because she's curious.
Alright, left or right?
Right. Ooh, I can see a whole half of the square.
Because you're not emitting light. I mean, you can bring over your lights if you wanted.
Oh, I can, and I shall.
I love Eva casually looking in the door, like in the middle of a fight.
Just like shoot, and then you're like, what's over here?
Real robots.
Big lever that says deactivate security system.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Another closet, perhaps?
Yeah, and in the back of this, you sort of like see degraded, sort of like hazmat equipment.
Uh-oh.
And back to the top. Security robot continues to burn for minimal damage, and unfortunately, it's run out of fuel, and there's one final puff of smoke as the flames go out.
Hey, 2 points
Still.
of damage.
It did.
Yeah.
It helped. The burns are nice because it's like free damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We are done playing around. Let's slam into Jachira for a 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
For 13 points of damage as it just brings up both of its fists and brings them down on top of your skull. You're going to be feeling that one in a bit. Well, actually, you're feeling it right now. It is your turn.
Wow, he's yeah, didn't expect that. So he's just going to turn around, and as he's sort of being knocked senseless, he's just going to swing the battle glove up just to try and sort of sucker punch the robot. That is a 21.
21 will indeed hit.
And that is 11 points of damage.
And that is dead. As you saw, sucker punch it where its gut would be, you just basically managed to punch through the steel spine of this, and it pretty much snaps in half and collapses to the ground. Deactivated.
That was fun. That was the best thing ever. Let's go and find another one.
Is everyone doing okay?
Yeah.
I took a bit of a zap, but I'm fine.
I'm kind of down. I've lost all my stamina, but Yeah, what's stamina between friends?
We take
You
a quick
lost
break.
all your stamina.
Yep.
Here, Jachira, take one of these. I made them specifically last night. And she hands you one of her serums of healing.
Thanks.
So what's the roll on that?
There isn't any at the moment because you're not actually hit point injured.
Right, it's just
Yeah.
for
Oh,
HP.
right. So yeah.
but,
Because I've only got 25 hit points.
right, I figured I'd give you one of those since
Just flexing my hit points.
it probably won't be the last time you're within range of one of her spells.
Fair enough.
Flimsy's gonna
Did you even notice?
I don't think she did. She's thinking like very utilitarian. Like, here, take this. Like, there's something. I don't know. I'm seeing where she's going with this.
New
Jeez.
build.
Uh-oh.
Are you
Snapped,
getting more?
expanded fractally?
Are you getting more detached, or are you getting more haphazardous?
I think she thinks she's being clinical. But I think what's really happening is that, like, the magic, she's starting to get a little obsessed. Like, because she spent so long denying it, that now she's, like, leaning too far into it.
Fully
Right.
into it.
You're feeling that magic is the answer to everything, and everything else be damned.
Exactly.
Flimsy, you were saying that you were going to do something?
Have a look at this scoring in the wall that Jahir's made.
Yeah, make me a physical science check.
Physical science. It's a 20 from Flimsy.
All right. 20. It's just red sedimentary rock. There doesn't seem to be anything of particular value in this. Potentially why the mine was abandoned in the first place. The ore veins do run dry.
There's no clues as to what it was.
Not in the rocks. I mean, you're in a foreman's room. There's a table. There may be something on the table. All right. What are you all up to?
Trixx wants to poke in and have a look at the rooms that you haven't opened.
Let's open the other door as well.
He's going to have a look over this table when he gets a chance.
Jahir's just going to go on the corridor.
All right. Yeah, there are Trixx. You find basically abandoned hazmat equipment, most of it in a state of disrepair, rotted through. But it looks like some heavy-duty equipment for environmental protection above and beyond that of what you would get in basic armor.
Okay, so nothing.
Not good.
It's not. I mean, what it indicates isn't good.
Right, I was
Well,
going to say, you think there was irradiated parts of this mine?
Well, I mean, there was an ominous glow up ahead.
Oh no, a glow.
Radiation glows blue, not green.
But would we know that? I am trained in physical science.
You would know that radiation glows blue.
All right.
Well, we can't use the suits, so I guess we keep going.
Right, let me move my dancing lights down the hall then.
Anything of use on this table indicating what they were mining here and what?
Flimsy,
Any layouts
looking
of the-
over it briefly, you do you get a you start like scrambling as everybody else is leaving behind you, and it's like you found one piece of paper that basically looks like some internal communications between the foreman and the manager of the mine. And it basically details that the veins have started running dry. However, they did stumble on a series of runes. RUINS. further down the mine shafts, they believe it to be related to a civilization, but are not sure which civilization. They were looking. The mine was running out of money because the metals had dried up, and they were trying to sort of like find funding for an expedition. And you see that they've talked about petitioning, so like the Akiton authorities, the Starfinder Society, Abadar Corps, just anybody with money and willing to maybe fund an expedition. But judging by the state of the mine, the funding even never came, or it's passed without incident to the point of, there was nothing of interest there, so they just gave up, as it were.
The other thing Flimsy wanted to do during the 10-minute rest was have it, well, maybe afterwards because he's resting, was to have a look at the destroyed patrol bot if anything was extractable. He got a hand off an android once, and now he's hungry for more.
No, unfortunately, the weapons are integrated. You could spend sort of like 10 minutes trying to pluck them out of there, but that were, you'd have to come back and do that. It's very well integrated.
As Flimsy catches up with everyone else, he'll just be shouting down the corridor, remind me to come back for that robot.
All right, you see two sort of like tracks go up, and I've lost a light. Why have I lost a light? It's weird. Maybe something's bleeding it out. Oh well. And one goes off to the south, one goes off to the north.
What are these glowing things?
Let's have a physical science check.
Yes, please.
All of us will just.
Anybody who's trained in physical science.
Okie dokie, I'll have a look.
Pretend.
You can pretend all you want.
I will.
Did mine not go off?
Flimsy's going to see if his data module has any information about these things.
Ooh,
The
18!
memory module.
No, you're re-rolling it, Flimsy.
Yeah. It turned it from a 13 to an 11. Stupid rune. Get working.
And yeah, Flimsy, you're a space dwarf. You don't really do mines much. You're trained about mining, but that's not really been your interest. So you're not familiar. Either it looks like there's runoff from some nearby manufacturing or something like that that's producing some toxic waste that is making its way underneath the mine. You're not sure how stable this area is going forward, and that stuff is nasty.
This would never happen on a creation in the diaspora. We are much more careful with making sure that the environmental effects of our manufacturing is not as, well, hazardous as it is on Akiton.
Now, what kind of hazard are we talking? Can we, like, jump over it?
I'm assuming acidic? Are these little, like, 5-foot squares of acid puddles, or...?
Yeah, and it's sort of like cracked and is seeping up through the floor. You get the feeling that going around, as long as you're careful, will be safe enough. But any haphazardous movement through the area may cause you to slip into it. Or if you put too much pressure on the area, then maybe, more rock will crumble through and you end up, taking a bit of a dip.
I'd say we go in the tunnel on the right first. If Sparks has fallen in the tunnel with the acid, well, hopefully they are keeping in place and avoiding the puddles.
I mean, I'm pretty confident I can get around it just to have a quick peek.
You are very light on your feet, Trixx.
I am always confident.
By all means, space pirate.
Yee.
So where are people going?
We're letting
The rest of us are
Trixx
watching.
do a quick scouting down the acid tunnel, I think.
All right.
I'm gonna move my dancing lights at least to here.
I got so many people going everywhere. Our dancing lights is
Sorry.
moving over there. Yep. No. Flimsy, you taking a 5-foot step up?
No, sorry, I didn't mean to do
All right.
that. Cheers.
Yether, are you just taking a peek around the corner to the north? No, I'm sorry, Jachira.
Yeah, he's just gonna sort of edge around that corner just to.
Yeah.
see
And
what he can-
you can see, the passageway to the north. It is again, unfortunately, collapsed in and on top of the tracks. Trixx, what's your movement speed?
40.
50 on
50.
according to
50.
your sheet. All right. You dance around this area. You feel that you might be moving a little bit too quickly for this area. But with your skills, it's not a problem. Other people might want to take it slower.
Take it slow, guys.
Take it slow, take it slow.
You can see that it starts to open up. Are you just moving up there?
No, I'm being very cautious. But Trixx doesn't know what slow is anymore.
All right, make me. It's more, are you being stealthy?
Yes.
Okay, make me a stealth roll.
29.
All right. You move up. And I need to click off you. You can see the back wall, it's collapsed in, and you think you can see starlight sticking out behind that minecart is the crumpled form of the Yosoki child.
Oh no.
But between there and here, yourself, you see a couple of undead Yosoki. Adults.
Oh, that's okay. Guys.
You have radios.
Texting guys.
How's it going, Trixx?
Zombie rats.
Is that one of the names of one of the rats? I don't remember.
No, it's an actual zombie Yosoki.
Oh,
Trixx,
what?
try and draw them out. Make them run over the acid.
Yeah, get them over here. Do they still eat?
I'm gonna move back a little bit to give them space for that.
Yeah, okay. Trixx waits for the thumbs up.
Lindsay's
Is
gonna get
everyone else ready?
His rifle pointed towards the doorway.
All right. You heard you moving forward a little?
Yeah, just to sort of the solidish edge of that.
All right, Flimsy, do you want to move up and around? Because Jahir's a little bit in your way, but at the same token, if you moved up near Yeva, you'd probably get a cleaner shot.
Like there?
That's
Oh,
kind of blocking Yeva.
This one.
There we go. Now nobody's blocking.
Perfect.
Move again.
Everybody get your positions.
All right, Trixx, what are you doing?
Trixx moves out 10 feet, dodging the acid.
Cautiously, quietly.
Cautiously, quietly. Then when she sees them both, she goes, "Yo, zombies! Tasty nom-noms!"
And they turn to face you, and you just see this elongated tongue dropping from their slack jaw as they sort of like hiss in your direction and turn to chase after you, but not before you have a surprise round.
Yeah.
Roll initiative?
We will be rolling initiative, but Trixx gets a surprise round.
Perfect.
Trixx is going to agitate that one at the back by shooting at it and running as a full round attack.
Is it only a move?
Is it a trick
or an
attack?
action?
Oh no, it's only a move or an action. Not both. Thank you. Trixx is going to...
So you just yell and then run.
Yeah.
All right. You're moving more than half your speed. I would like you to make a reflex save.
Oh, the one. That's an 11.
Unfortunately, as you sort of come close to this corner here, the rock is just jutting out a little bit more than you would like, and you sort of like dip a toe into the goop and take 6 points of acid damage.
Oh.
Oh, spicy. I'm gonna step out of it. It's like shake my toe a bit.
Ow, spicy doesn't even cover it.
Spicy.
All right.
The soup blocked most of it.
Can we roll for initiatives?
Here we go.
I want to know why on the combat tracker it describes the undead as healthy.
They are unhealthy.
Yeah.
Because they've just eaten.
Oh,
Dun
really?
dun dun.
An 8? I cannot with an initiative. I'm always okay. Well,
I've got
not
a
this
4.
time, Junior.
It's a 21 from Flimsy.
So 23 from Trixx.
The only time he's been ready for anything.
All right. Trixx, you are up.
Trixx would like to hold until she can see one of them.
Right.
If I can only hold an action, I'm gonna shoot. If I can hold my full turn, trick
You
attack.
you can hold your action, but you must declare what you're going to do, and if it doesn't trigger, you lose your turn. If you hold your full turn, you will drop into initiative after the triggering event. So basically, you say, "I'm taking my turn now," so one of them is going to come around the corner, they're going to finish off their turn, then you say, I'll take my turn now, and then you will move down in the initiative to that point.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna hold my turn for now. So the first first undead creature I see, I'm gonna shoot it with my fiery pistol.
Right. So you're not going to hold your turn. You're going to hold
my
an
action. Yeah.
hold an action, which will trigger and not move you in the initiative. Okay. Flimsy.
Flimsy is going to... You can't hold a boosted shot, can you, I guess? Or
No, because it's kind of, yeah.
it's a move and an action to do that, I guess. So, but he's going to hold his shot to take a shot when it comes out. Otherwise,
Right.
we're going to be jumping our initiatives all over the show.
Oh, that's not too bad in fantasy rounds. I just renumber you guys. All
In
right.
that case, then drop the initiative down till after one comes into view.
Yep. Oh god. Yep. Yep. There we go. So it comes running up, and Trixx, I believe you can see it.
Yeah. It'll have. What kind of cover do you want to give it?
That will be gonna go with some ass cover.
Did you say it came running up?
Yes.
Too fast, maybe?
I'm rolling.
Nice.
5 points of fire.
Ooh.
5 points of fire, and this blast also sort of like catches it off guard and it doesn't recognize until it's too late that maybe sticking their foot in that won't be a pleasant thing to do. And
It's spicy, but I'm sure you love it.
it is going to then move further using its other action to sort of like run at you.
Oh,
Again,
no, zombie scuttle at us. Oh no.
It doesn't look to be sort of like a shambling of a zombie.
I get an attack because it moved with the Techlash.
No, because it moved into range of the Techlash. It's when it moves through the range of Techlash, if that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. And unfortunately, now that it's sort of like stepped into the spicy, it's being a little more cautious, but it wasn't careful, so it still dips its toe in there. The other one is going to sorry, Flimsy, your trigger went off.
Cool, yeah, so Flimsy's going to take a shot at this one. It's probably
You
gonna
moved in initiative, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got your full turn now.
Cool. It's going to be a boosted shot at this one. I've got a clear shot at it.
Are you trying to shoot through? If you target it, I'll be able to tell you better.
Through Trixx.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Trixx is good.
It's through Trixx, so that'll be some S cover.
Let's cover that one. But yeah, that's what he had ready, so he's going to take a quick shot at it. Oh,
When
God,
you drop
it's
in when you drop an initiative like this, you just take your turn as you wish. So you
Normal,
could
so
be
you can boost it, you can target it, you can do whatever.
yeah.
But no, but like thematically, he had a boosted shot ready, so that's what
Yep.
take the shot, and then there we go. Zombies, actual zombies. It's an 11 to hit. Oh, the cover, there we go.
Yeah, the cover negated all your pluses to that.
There we go.
And that unfortunately doesn't hit.
No worries. As an investigation-ish type of thing, Flimsy was wondering, with his stone cunning, can you get an idea if that ground were to be disturbed, would more of the acid come up?
Yes, you get the feeling that, you know, sort of like any seismic force on it would potentially spread it.
Some percussive energy, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But it would also make it difficult to traverse it later.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that you done?
That's Flimsy done.
All right. And then this one is going to cautiously move up to here, having seen the first one basically screw up. It's going to take a slow walk around. Yeva.
Yeva is, I think, going to attempt a mysticism to identify these undead.
Yep.
Nice.
Rolling her plus 10 on a 5, still a 15.
These seem to be feral Yusoki ghouls.
Feral ghouls, so not as unintelligent as zombies, but not the. They're feral. They're not the most intelligent creatures. But either way, they've shown.
They're learning.
Yeah, they've demonstrated a learning ability. So undead being immune to things like bleeding.
A bleeding, death effects, disease, mind affecting, paralysis, poison, sleep, and stunning.
Fuck. God dang.
And what would you like to know roughly about them?
Special attacks.
Nice.
I will give you. They have a paralyzing effect as well as a disease of ghoul fever.
Oh no.
If they manage to bite you, you may become infected.
These are not no zombies, ghouls. They are they're much worse, paralyzing, diseasing effects from their claws and bites. Please do not get injured, but I can help you if you do be. she thinks about the spell gem she just made of remove lesser condition, which affects paralyze.
Nice.
Thank God. She's instead going to target the acid spot, which is about 30 feet away from her, and she moves her hands to make the acid like bubble and splash, and it'll affect both of the ghouls, and she'll make them roll reflex saves.
Nice.
Casting the spell. And they both save, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're not shambling zombies. They are rather reflexive. Is that Yeva done? Move.
Let me move around town here. Yeah,
All right.
that'll do. You can
Got
still see
reasonably
them,
good
but
shot.
there's a nice big pillar in between them and her.
And all your allies.
Yeah, there's that too.
And Jachira, you're up.
Jahir was going to go for the other one, but hearing the information now, he's going to move forward to attack the one in front of him.
All
Try and
right.
stop it hitting Trixx. He is going to go for the clear sword because it hasn't actually. I don't think it's actually hit anyone. Yeah, so
Not that anyone's seen. It's invisible, so
yeah. That is 22.
And that is definitely a hit.
That is a 12 damage.
12, and they have need. And it just sort of like crumples and starts slipping into the acid and slowly melting away.
Nice. Bloodied weapon. He's going to stay there.
Yeah, I believe it. You can only move
Yeah, I
once.
moved,
You
didn't
can't
I?
break
Yeah,
it. Yeah. All right. Trixx, you are up.
Using the falling body as cover, Trixx is gonna do a swanky little trick shot. Literally, as the kind of she pops into view as the head drops, she shoots. Oh, 22
Success.
for a trick attack. Oh, a successful trick attack. And a 24 to hit.
24 is going to hit.
For 12 points of damage.
And it's looking a little bit messed up. All right, Flimsy.
Flimsy, looking down at his grenade belt, is going to reconsider as one of them's been squished, and instead run and slam into this wall to get an angle at this one. Try and take a shot at it with his infinity rifle, grabbing it with both hands and leaning into the wall to take a careful shot. No pluses to this, don't think.
We've got to get in the way of your shot.
You didn't target.
That
The 10 does not hit.
That's Flimsy done.
All right. I'm gonna move up to Jahir. And going to try to bite Jahir. Oof, 15 KAC?
Yes.
Yes.
14 is my case.
Oh, I didn't target you. I made the same mistake as Linda.
Ah.
So you
All
didn't
right.
actually hit me.
So we're going to go with first of all, we've got damage, which is only 7 points of damage. That's not the concern here. What the concern here is, you are going to need to make me a fortitude saving throw. Number 1.
Is an 18.
You feel your muscles get stiff but you manage to force your way through it and flex, and you are not paralyzed. Now I would like you to make a secondary fortitude saving throw.
That is a 16.
Okay. Yeah, there you are up.
Oh, I love that just vague. Okay. Yeva, seeing that one of them has gone down, will move through this space. Come over here.
Little bit of squeezing, but that's no longer a problem.
It is no longer a problem. And with no cover in the way, we'll take a shot with her lens pistol. Natural one. Pew pew pew.
Pew pew pew. All right, Jachira, you're up.
I'm just going to return the favour. I'm just going to try and shake off the.
Please don't bite it.
Oh, there's an idea. We're just going to go with the bone sword this time. He's going to be a bit cross that he's feeling a bit. Is it malaise? Is the word? So he's just going to just sort of stab forward with a 20.
All right, a 20 will indeed hit, but don't forget to target it.
Oh yeah. Damage is a 15.
And it crumples to the ground and dead.
That was
Being all this time.
he kind of nicked me a bit there. Be alright, wouldn't it? Just sort of throw some water on it and wash it off.
Rub some dirt in it. That's what I do.
Maybe holy water. Do you want me to have a look at it?
I mean,
yeah.
Is anyone trained in medicine?
Flimsy is. Flimsy wants a little med check if he can.
Yeah, make me a med check.
14 from Flimsy.
1 second, I deleted all of them. It doesn't seem that the bite has gone deep enough to break the skin. So while Jachira is slightly injured from the bite, it doesn't seem to be contaminated.
The flesh wound you hear, don't you worry about it.
That's good.
It's not a flesh wound.
I could cauterize it in the acid. Do you think?
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, go for it though. If that's what you want to do. It'd scar up real nice.
I mean, technically it's a flesh wound. It didn't go into HP.
That's true, yeah.
It's superficial when it doesn't go into HP. It's a flesh wound when it goes into HP.
Yep, right. That's a good point.
Yeah, how about you, me, drag that robot out of here and get some fresh air for a minute?
What about beyond? Trixx, did you see anything?
I saw sparks. I also saw a door.
You saw sparks? Let's go then. And she will daintily follow Trixx across the
Careful, kind of like
pools.
walk at like half your speed.
Will do.
Trixx moves at half her speed. Fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
That kind of went wrong because there we go. Here, flimsy. So yeah, Trixx, you see sort of like a minecart, and you see the unconscious form of Sparks behind the minecart, just to your left. I forgot to put in the Yosoki. And you also notice that there is a storage cupboard over there. It's clearly marked storage.
Is he injured? Is he? He's alive, right?
I think he's breathing. Like, check for a pulse.
Make me a medicine check.
Oh.
Oh my god.
He's breathing.
I'm
He's
pulling out
breathing.
the healing serum and handing it to her. Thank God I made this earlier tonight.
Thank you, Eva. And I'm gonna stab him with the healing serum. Come on, buddy. Does he look like he got bitten at all? Like scratched or anything from foolishness?
From your medicine check, you're lucky to notice that he's still breathing.
Right. Eloratu's wisdom that I prepared these healing serums.
I know, right? But yeah, I jab him with a healing serum. He gets 5 hits back.
And he wakes up, and it's like, ow, 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 ow. My legs.
You're okay, kiddo. The healing serum will do its work. The bones will pop right back into place.
And you look down at his legs, and they're sort of like being crushed by the rocks.
Oh no.
Oh. Another healing serum will pop him right back into place. How you holding up, buddy?
I'm being my best me right now.
You are being your best you right now. You just keep focusing on me and we'll be our best me's together, yeah? She's like looking around for like maybe Flimsy or someone who can start moving the rocks. Like,
Right, at most I can do one bulk of rock at a time with my psychokinetic hand. Not much. But enough, perhaps?
I was going to hit this door, but Jachira move up. And...
Flimsy, are you coming into the room at all?
I don't like acid very much. I guess I can... If you need my help, I can make my way. Give me a minute.
Sorry, Jahir, you were about to
it's looking
say.
longingly at the security robot like, give me a minute.
I've hefted that outside already.
You've barely had time to have that outside before you got the call.
Oh, well, Flimsy's still here then during that. Because I did the route. He's off dealing with the robot.
Fair enough. Jahir.
Hey, hey Steve, it's me, your mate Jahir. Quick question. Did you get bitten? Because I'd have to chop your head off if you did.
I mean, no. No, I didn't get bitten.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure I didn't get bitten.
That is not how it works, Jahir.
Jahir tries to subtly put his sword back and where it belongs.
Trixx leans down and goes, Jahir got bitten. We're going to cut his head off later.
So it's okay, Steve.
You get to watch.
I'm here to move these rocks. I hope you didn't like running in meadows and things, because you might be not doing that for a while. It probably will hurt. I'd try not to drop them, but shit happens. So let's get to it.
All right.
I'll start to move the rocks up.
Make me an athletics check, but give yourself a +2 bonus as Yaver is assisting. And I'm giving you an automatic assist, Yaver, with the mage hand. Psychokinetic hand.
24.
Same diff.
Yeah, you managed to lift the material out of the way without too much of an issue, and Trixx, you as soon as possible, you yeah, you pick him up out of the way, and you can see he's pretty badly injured.
I do have another healing serum that I'm just going to stab him with.
Right, yep.
He's just like, you've got this, Steve, and gives him a thumbs up with the other hand.
But you get the feeling that he should be okay. Might be a couple of days before he's running around again, even with the healing serums.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to give him a piggyback. You've got such a story to tell the others. They're going to be so jealous.
You think, Trixx?
Yeah, we just mentioned there's put a couple of explosions in there. We'll say how you single-handedly fought off the undead. It's gonna be great.
Thanks, Trixx.
But Steve, I mean, just think, people love scars, and you've got 2 massive ones. And when I was at your age, I crawled myself out of worse than this just with one hand. So you're getting a free lift here, but you do you.
He got pushed out of a spaceship, plummeted towards the planet by his best friend turned enemy.
Okay, well, it's not the time for that, is it? But Steve's got to. You just got to walk it off, Steve. That's the best. That's the best thing I can. The best advice I can go for. And he literally just stands there and waits for Steve to stand up.
Trixx just got him on a back, like, yeah, he's not standing up. He's not going to be walking this off anytime soon, buddy. Let's investigate this room together.
This last door.
Please tell me you duck while you go in that room with Steve on your back. Just smack him unconscious on a bulkhead.
So you opening the door, Trixx?
Yeah.
And you're stood at such an angle you can barely see into them.
What's in there, Steve? I'm only kidding. It's Sparks. I know you're Sparks.
And you see some mining equipment in here.
Ooh.
I did pick it out, but I can't remember what it was. Here it is. It's a light excavation laser.
Ooh.
However, it does appear to be currently broken and missing some parts.
I think we'll nab that. What do you think?
Might as well take something from here.
That's a good idea. And Jachira bend down to pick up a blood-covered small rock to add to his collection, just as a memento.
Dip it in the acid on the way out.
Give it a good clean.
Unfortunately, I think this is the biggest haul we've had in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I guess we should thank Sparks for getting into trouble.
In the party sheet.
But then no.
Fix that up. We can sell that for a pretty penny, I think. Oh, Flimsy can use it. I'm pretty sure he likes long arms.
I don't know. Maybe it could be attached to ship somehow. I could not say.
Damage.
I think it might be a handheld thing rather than a
okay.
mountable.
Miniature starship laser.
I think I am done in this mine.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go help Flimsy pick up his robot.
We're not going to be sued by Sparks' parents, are we?
What? No, of course not.
If you say so.
Not everybody sues us. It's just the people that Edge had us work for.
I guess that's true. Plus, most people in Akiton can't afford lawyer services.
We could just fly away.
Hup, hup, hup.
Hup, hup, hup. And yes, you make your way out of the mine and back to... Where are you going? That's the question.
Yeah, we're gonna meet up back with the kids.
The elephant, right?
Right, yeah. Back at the elephant.
Right.
Yep.
That's where we left them, I think.
Yeah, that's where you left the kid. Well, most of the kids.
Make sure Stabby's still got all his fingers and toes and the grenade.
Yep, he's still got his grenade, his fingers, his toes. He's been looking at the pin, but hasn't pulled it.
Stabby, I'm proud of you. You keep that. You keep it as a memento.
That is so getting confiscated as soon as he goes home.
Yeah, but he's got the time between now and going home to pull the pin. We're gonna fly away and just hear this little explosion.
Flimsy, you've spent the last 10 minutes or so, as everybody else has been doing things, extracting out a tactical arc emitter,
Ooh.
which is another long arm.
arm. Nice.
Right.
Although not great on the damage front, however, it does have the special properties of blast, stun, and unwieldy.
I forget what blast does.
So do I. So you look it up, and
It
we'll
basically
find out again together.
It turns into a shotgun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the whole 30 foot range thing was.
Oh yeah, it fires in a cone. Nice.
And so yeah, you meet back up with the rest of the Pied Pipers at the Oliphant. And you start they very quickly start fashion out of some of the scrap a makeshift stretcher for Sparks. And you place him down, and he mentions well, apart from the legs, I suppose the best day ever being rescued by the one and only Trixx.
Oh yeah, you did good, buddy. There was no screaming, there was no crying.
It is just like
Gonna be my best me.
Be your best you.
Are you gonna come back someday?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know when, don't know how, but it'll be amazing. There'll be fire raining down from the sky in a really cool way. Yeah, it'll be good. Maybe I'll have Jachira push me out of the spaceship.
Now?
No, not now.
It's only half as fun as it sounds, It's not as though we were in the drift at the time.
Were you in the drift at the time? He was totally in the drift at the time.
It's a story for another day.
All right, and with that, you get on board the Oliphant. The plan's still to go to Absalom?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You fire up the engines, and you take off in the only way you know how, which is flashy. Make me a piloting roll.
26.
Flimsy, she didn't scrape the paintwork doing so she was flying low into the horizon.
Gotta make it cool for the kids. Barrel roll. Altitude barrel roll.
For the kids, Trixx, yeah. For the kids.
You should have just gone straight into the drift if you wanted to really put on a show.
Does anyone else have any UPBs? As Yeva,
I've got 250 you can have.
Yeah, she just grumpily returns to the arcane laboratory to make some more healing serums.
Be careful, Dexter. That's how bad things happen.
Get out of my lab!
It's
And- With that, we are going to wrap it up for this week. And next week, on to Absalom Station. All right. Thank you for joining us this evening. I have been and will continue to be Karen Russell. You can usually find me on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Karen Russmore, where I play a variety of games. Currently, my schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, with Tuesday having the guest of the Lord of Irony, Crit Commissions, with me as I play some Final Fantasy 14. Yay! I got the number right again. And you can check my schedule for the rest of the games that I play. Flimsy.
Ooh, I've been JStation64. You can find me on my Twitch channel on Thursday playing some No Man's Sky, doing the Dune-style expedition. Not really that Dune-y, but it's got big worms in it. And then on Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m., playing Red Dead Redemption 2 as Badman Arthur Morgan. We're going to have a Halloween special. We're going to find all the spooky alien monstery things in Red Dead Redemption. And that's me.
That sounds really fun, actually. Hi, I'm Crifu Bernal. I am one of the captains and producers here at Manapod Studios. Thank you so much for watching our stream and tuning in. We will be back, obviously, next Monday, but in the meantime, you can find me at twitch.tv/Crifu Bernal. I will be online tomorrow as I'm prepping for finally, the second season premiere of my solo Skull and Shackles Pathfinder Adventure Path, The Spear in the Sea. Next Tuesday, it'll be every other Tuesday over at my Twitch channel. And then I'll be back again on Wednesday with some more Assassin. But you can also find some more Starfinder here on Sunday with the next episode of the Book of Bethesda.
All right, and Trixx.
Hey, I'm Crit Commissions. You can find me across various social media platforms posting artsy things.
And finally, Jachira.
I am Retro Ted. You can find me on my channel that's in the description down below, chat. And I'm between games at the moment, so let's just say I am going to wake my children up and force them to write a message to say that I am definitely a better father than Jahir.
You feeling bad after that one?
Yeah, as long as no one rolls insight or anything cool. Sense motive.
You've taught your kids proper grenade etiquette, at least. So that's
of course, you know.
Let's be real. No one here thought Jahir was an actual father.
Oh, yeah, no.
It was General Jahir. I was loving the idea of Jahir's inner general coming out. These are troops.
He just sees them as cannon fodder. But he generally thinks that's the right thing to do. That's the problem.
All right. We shall be back next week, a usual time, usual place, and hope to see you all then. Until then, daddy bye.
Bye.